Drop down, load, turn, stick on 2. Drop. 90-degree jumps. Jump, turn back, turn back. Counter movement, triple extension with the twist. Triple jump, reactive off the ground with the knee tuck. Drop, up, 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 up. Yeah. Legs, baby. All right, so check it out. We just finished the dynamic warm-up. Went into some range of motion, worked on mobility, worked on movement quality, transitioning into some lower level plyometrics, into the more higher dynamic plyometrics. Now we're gonna take it back down, and we're gonna go ahead and do long lever isometrics for 30 seconds. That's gonna help stimulate nervous system, stimulate the muscle, increase range of motion. Because what we're doing today is a potentiation cluster, meaning we're gonna utilize post-activation potentiation. Big word, but all we're doing is we're activating muscle, motor unit recruitment, to then be explosive with that muscle that we contracted or at least activated in these positions. We're gonna go from a static, overcoming isometric into an explosive action. Really good for combat sports, for anything that requires you to be explosive. So let's get after it. Deep knee bend, drive the knee over the toe, squeeze the backside glute, we're gonna hold for 30. Do your single leg RDO, we're gonna hold that position, load the hamstring, and just stay there. So 30 and 30, and then we'll switch. 30 seconds, and hold. Just try to maintain that position. Try to get a deep stretch, but don't deviate with the back. My goal here is I'm still trying to drive my knee forward, but I'm squeezing my inner thighs. I'm squeezing the backside of my glute here, on the back leg at least. You're creating more tendon stiffness, strength. We're obviously getting some range of motion, and I'm activating the muscles in these deeper end ranges. So you're getting some tissue remodeling too built in. It's preparing me and Jose over here for the work ahead. Got it? You got a balance component there too. Now I'm actively driving my knee forward. I'm also pulling my hips in, so I'm getting a hip flexors stretch here. So I get my hip flexors involved by activating the glute on this leg to open up the hip. So I'm not just hanging out here, I'm actually squeezing my inner thighs, and I'm trying to drive my hips in using my glute. Actively pulling into dorsiflexion with the ankle, so I'm pulling the toes to the top of my shoe as I'm driving my knee forward. So I'm not passively stretching here, I'm actually actively trying to get into a deeper end range. So you look at it from a grappling perspective, this is good for penetration shots, right? This is the same position you want to be in, roughly, when you go for a double leg takedown, or you're working into a penetration shot to take your opponent down. Good for sprinting mechanics too as well, because you're gaining more range of motion. You're activating the muscles that allow you to produce force into the ground. Now I got a balance component here, obviously. Loading the hip, stretching the hamstring, getting an tension, lengthen tension, maintaining this position. Opposite side leg, I'm trying to get more glute activation to get me into hip extension. Still maintaining my posture, not rounding too much here, because then obviously it throws me off. So I'm also working my feet, the intrinsic muscles of my feet, to maintain that stability. My goal here is I'm still trying to maintain 3 points of contact, pushing the ball of my big toe into the ground, still loading the hip, stretching the hamstring, squeezing the backside glutes, glute max, to increase that hip extension, all while maintaining postural alignment. And again, we're increasing not only the mobility, the active end range control, but stability of the feet, hips, getting that tissue remodeling built in, lengthening the tension, creating readiness for the work ahead. There's no AC in here, by the way, so I'm sweating, losing some sodium. How much sodium do we need to replenish after losing 2 pounds of body weight? Go.
2,000.
2,000, see, there we go.
Probably 2,000 for us.
That's why he's with me. Instead of doing single, do double like we did over there. Go ahead, 6. There you go, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's it, good. Pronated hand on the opposite side where the knee is. So we're gonna slightly rotate, supinated hand here. Big, deep stretch into it. Load, drop, hold. What this is a sprinter block. So it's basically simulating you getting out of the blocks on a sprint. So from the acceleration phase, so we're splitting our stance. It's a single leg movement, but I'm still keeping tension on the glute. And as I'm driving, I'm oscillating up and down. So you're working the calf, you're working the hamstrings, working a little bit of the quads. You're maintaining hip stability with the adductors. There's a lot going on here. But what it's gonna do is it's gonna help you increase force production from that static to dynamic, especially when you're getting off of the blocks in an acceleration phase, when you're sprinting, or if you're a combat sport athlete, when you're shooting in on a double leg. Lean into that shit. Use the bar. So we're here and you're leaning forward. See what I'm saying? So I'm pulling but I'm also leaning. And then I'm just driving out of the hole. The more parallel you can get, chest to the floor, but keeping that upright posture, the better you're gonna be. See how you're flat? Let's try to get deeper and load that ball of the foot.
Okay.
Drive the knee forward. With that torso angle, you gotta engage your lats, right? You gotta maintain core stability, trunk stability. Your abs are engaged too, your obliques are engaged, but you're still forward lean, but you're driving through the ball of your foot, which is also pushing through the glute too as well. Yes, good. Get that back leg back a little bit more. Good, don't let it drop, don't let it drop. That's it, better. Locked in. This is a glute kickback, and we're tying in some rotation too as well. I'm getting an underhook on the handle there, locking in my lat. So we're working a little bit of the oblique sling there too as well, but just locking in. So maintaining that rotation as we go to kick back. And then from there, I want to drive my heel back, keep dorsiflexion, and drive through that pad. Obviously, you're pushing through the hamstrings and the glutes. So you're hitting both hamstring and glute. Hyper, 15 reps, eh? Finishing with the reverse hyper. So we're tractioning out the back, getting some decompression, obviously, as you're laying down. That weight's gonna pull you into a posterior tilt, getting that decompression of the spine. And as you come up, you're activating the entire posterior chain. So you're getting some traction, but you're also activating glutes, lats, so the upper back too as well, because I'm pulling as I go to extend. So you're pulling with your lats, you're driving up with your glutes and your hamstrings. So you hit the entire posterior chain, like I said. 15 reps here. Easy, baby, easy. This is nothing for you. That's it. Control down, control down. All right, baby, come on, finish. So for this exercise, when you think about transfer, this is like stopping a shot. Somebody's trying to come in on a double leg, strong hips, drive your hips into the ground, and stop the shot. Also, takedowns, right? Exploding through triple extension. That's gonna be another key factor with this exercise. Also, like I said, you're tractioning it out, so you're getting some decompression. So think of it as we just compressed our spine. Now we're decompressing our spine, which allows us to stay healthy, recover faster, but also maintain strength and progress going forward. Hold that butt here. Just hold for a second, and we're just gonna switch one at a time. Get 10. So the goal here with the dead bug, as we're maintaining the ball in this position, activating the trunk, we're also pushing the back down into the ground. So we don't want to get into extension, which is improving the strength throughout the entire lumbar spine. So now, as I'm driving into the floor, I'm obviously activating the abs. I also have to maintain stability with the obliques. Goal here, stabilize, but also be mobile. You keep that back on the floor. That's the hardest part. Feet up, and then push the back into the floor. Palms up. Breathe. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. Appreciate you. Man. All right, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Jose, thank you for
Thank you, man.
locking in with me. Go ahead, check out Jose Rojas, PhD. This guy's been with me for 10 plus years. Phenomenal, phenomenal coach, sports scientist, a brainiac. I go to him for all my nutrition advice, supplementation, anything that you're trying to get better from a performance standpoint, this is your guy. Go check him out. Link is in the description to go see his Instagram. Instagram. Full workout will be down in the comments below. Shout out to my guy, Rob Bozada. Also helped me organize this type of training workout for me to improve the explosivity, but also throw in some new exercises that just keep the mind going. Thanks again for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.